all dear students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine at your place. So today we are going to start our second chapter of civics, that is understanding secularism. As we already discussed in our previous video, the meaning secularism, that giving equal treatment to all the religion is called secularism. So in this chapter we will explain this particular term secularism in detail. That's why the name suggests as understanding secularism. So let's take an example that you are moving to some another country, and in that country they are following one particular religion only, like Muslim, Christianity, or it can be any other. So if you are not belongs to that particular religion, so they will do discrimination with you. Discrimination means when you differentiate peoples on the basis of caste, color, religion, and on many other grounds, that is called discrimination. So if you are not belongs to that particular religion which is followed in that particular country, so that is called discrimination. And in that particular situation, how you will feel? You feel angry, and you also feel discriminated, that other people are not behaving with you properly, or they are not treating you equally as they are treating other peoples. So this is called discrimination. And that country we cannot call it a secularism or secular state or secular country, because they are not treating every religion equally. In secularism you treat every religion equally, whether it's Hindu, Muslim, Christianity, Buddhism, or any other religion. So this was the introduction of this chapter. Now I will explain you the content of the chapter. And before explaining you the content, I would like to explain you the story of Germany. And the Germany is a very good example of discrimination at that time. So in Germany, when the Hitler was ruler, and the numerous Jews were persecuted during that period, and several millions were killed also, because Hitler wanted that they need to follow their religion only, means only one religion, but Jews want to follow their religion, and they want freedom from the rules which were followed or which were imposed by the Hitler on the people living over there. And when those Jews were not following them, so Hitler started killing them. Now Jews want a separate state for them. However, the Jewish state of Israel treats its own Muslim and Christianity minority quite badly. This was the example of discrimination as well as secularism. There is another example of Saudi Arabia, which is a very good example of discrimination, that non-Muslims are not allowed to build any temple, church, etc., and nor they can gather in a public place for the prayer. So this is the example of discrimination also, that how they do differences in the people on the ground of religion. And all these discrimination took place when the constitution didn't allow or didn't provide any equality to the citizen for the treatment of all religion equivalent. As like in India, our constitution provide secularism, means it treat all the religion equally. So that's why nobody can discriminate each other, because nobody want to be discriminated against any of the religion or on the ground of caste or color. So if the practice of discrimination is happening, so it can be possible that the constitution of that particular country is allowing the citizens to be discriminated. If the constitution will provide equal treatment to all the religions, then the citizen cannot do differentiation or discrimination with the religious. Now our next topic is what is secularism. So here is the proper meaning of secularism, that when we are treating every religion equal, so that is secularism. That we are not discriminating anyone on the basis of religion. We are giving equal respect to all the religions, whether it's Hindu, Muslim, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, or any other religion. And our Indian Constitution also allows individuals the freedom to live by their own religion. They can believe in any religion, they can practice any religious activity, or they can follow any other religion also. So all these freedoms are provided by the Indian Constitution to the individuals or to the Indian citizens. Here the state and the religion both are separate from each other. We cannot say that this state belongs to a particular religion only. Here state are not belongs to any particular religion. They are free from the religious practices, means they are free from the pressure that you have to follow this religion only. Okay, so in the secularism there is a separation of religion from the states. So by continuing this topic, our next topic is why it is important to separate religion from the state. As we already discussed that state and religion both are separate from each other. So in this topic we will discuss that why it is important to separate religion from the state. As we all know that India is a democratic country, and in democratic country the government protects the freedom of a people. Here the word freedom means they are free from every aspects of the life, like they are free to go anywhere, they are free to choose any religion, they are free to practice any religious practices, they are free to choose their own occupation. Like this, they are free to do anything. But anything doesn't mean that they can violate the rights of other peoples. If they are getting freedom, so this freedom should not harm anyone. So according to this freedom, our government is providing freedom to all the citizens of the India, and that freedom we are relating that to the secularism, that they are free to choose any religion and they are free to practice any religious practice. Because it can be happen that the majority could quite easily prevent minorities from practicing their religions. They can violate the rights of other minority people. So as I already said, the freedom doesn't mean violation of fundamental rights of any other people. They are free to adopt any religion. So that's why we are separating religion from the state, that we are not saying that if Muslims are living, or we can say there is majority of Muslim in a particular religion, so we declare that particular state Muslim state. Okay na? We are giving equal treatment to the majority as well as to the minority, and like this we are separating religion from the state. If we will declare that particular state a Muslim state, then we cannot separate religion from the state, because we are declaring that particular state a Muslim state. Okay, I hope you all are understanding. As you all can see a picture on the screen, this picture shows unity between all the religion persons, that by religion or by gender they all are different from each other, but still they are living in a unity. This is called secularism. This picture shows secularism in a very good manner, that apart from other practices we all are living together happily. So our next topic is what is Indian secularism. As I already discussed with you that our Indian Constitution provides us the freedom of religion, that is called secularism. So what is this Indian secularism is? Our first point is that no one religious community does not dominate the another. Means if there is majority of any religion in any particular community, so that particular majority will not dominate the minorities. They will treat equal treatment with minorities community also. Next, some members do not dominate other members of the same religious community. In the first point, we are discussing about the majority and minority, but in the second point, we are saying that if there are two persons and both are from the same religion only, then also they will not dominate each other. They will treat equally on the basis of religion as well as on the basis of caste. And the third point is that the state does not enforce any particular religion nor take away the religious freedom of the individuals. In the last point, we are explaining the role of state, that state will not force any individual, any citizen to follow any particular religion, and nor it will take the freedom from the individual regarding any religion or any religious practicing. So in our first point, we discuss minority and majority. In our second point, we discuss about the two members from the same community. And in our last point, we discuss about the role of state in the secularism. So that is all about this video. I hope you all understand it very well. Goodbye everyone.